New World has 5 progression systems that all work together.
Every action that you take in New World has a reward to it.
The most basic form of player progression is leveling your character. Every time you level up, you get points to put into your attributes.
Second one is weapon mastery. The more I use my weapon, the better I get with that weapon. I can assign points to give me weapon abilities. The third one is our trade skill progression.
Whether I'm a gatherer or I'm a blacksmith, the more I do that thing, the better at it I get.
The fourth one is territory standing.
Just by playing in a territory, you'll gain territory standing, which gives you access to bonuses like increased experience, reduced fees, and houses.
Then the fifth one is factions.
You join a faction at some point in the game if you want to experience the PvP side. As you do faction missions, you gain faction reputation.
That enables me to get better gear and goods from the faction, which is very cool gear.
So there's a lot of different ways you get to experience the world of Eternum, and these are just the first ones that you'll get to taste.
We really wanted to have a deep crafting system in New World. Everything in the game supports it in one way or another.
As you craft in New World, you become stronger and stronger in crafting.
And when it comes time to craft a sword, you're going to start out just being happy to get something slightly better than the basic sword.
One of the things you eventually can do is add perks to the weapons.
And those different reagents come from the different gathering skills. So expert gatherers will be a source of these rare resources that craftsmen need to craft these special perks onto their items.
These bonuses can range from increased damage, reduced weight, or even imbuing the weapon with elemental power.
There are several ingredients that you can use that sort of push the direction of like what perks you're going to roll.
Later on, perks are going to be things like the sword deals extra fire damage and actually is emitting fire as you wield it.
Weapons can also have gem slots, and you can take gems that you find out in the world and slot them into the weapon to add even more additional effects.
Crafting weapons and armor gives you an outlet to where if I'm not finding drops, but I do discover a recipe, I can try to craft items that really suit my playstyle and are very unique.
Between perks, gems, and the crafting skill families, you have massive amounts of control over your crafts. Depending on the time you want to spend in it, you can become the best craftsman on the server.
Our trade skill system features endless progression. As you create things, you get experience points that give you levels, and you can level forever.
When you start to pursue a crafting trade skill, you'll start as a total novice. You'll begin by crafting the most basic of things. For an armorer, it'll be boots. For a weaponsmith, it'll be a basic iron longsword. As you improve, you'll unlock more recipes, and the recipes will begin to have higher quality outcomes. In general, the things that you're crafting are better than they were before.
We have a lot of different trade skills: armor smithing, weaponsmithing, cooking, and a whole bunch more. Let's say you're a level 10 armor smither. You can make an iron breastplate, which is pretty cool. If you're a level 40 armor smithing, you can maybe make a steel breastplate. Maybe if you're a level 100, you can make a star metal breastplate, which of course requires you to have cooler and better ingredients. This is one of our many progression systems inside of New World.
Working on New World has been a crazy experience. I want players to fall in love with the art and the places that we've established.
I'm really hoping to expand the world, to create new and interesting spaces on the island that you haven't seen, with new dangers and new things to discover.
I hope people really enjoy the combat system, and I want people to experiment with it, create your own specializations, your own play styles.
Every type of player can find something that they enjoy doing, whether they want to be a crafter, or an explorer, or a war hero.
We think of the launch day for New World as day one. We plan to work with and listen to the players and just keep growing and growing the game.
There's so much to do in the world, but we want to continue adding more and more.
We just cannot wait to get everyone in the world playing the game.